So, I'm not using him in this chapter, or ever, but here's Horus. He's probably the best armored unit we've recruited up to this point, for whatever that's worth. Coming with a B rank in lances is definitely pretty good, and he's packing enough defense and HP to wall off almost anything the game can throw at you for a while. Still, he can't escape the problem that all armored units run into, namely that his 6 movement just doesn't allow him to keep up with all the flyers and promoted horse units we're going to have running around. He's got pretty good art though, and probably the best story of all the Gaiden chapter units in this game. He's alright, he's fine. What's not fine is this chapter, and you'll see why. I've temporarily reclassed Jagan to a Draco Knight, to, not because I'm going to use him, but just to free up a space to make another Paladin. I actually reclassed Sita and Minerva both into Paladins, because there's a lot of ballisticians with arrow spates in this map, and it just wouldn't be feasible to send them flying around so they get shot down. So you can see what reclassed units are like. I've also changed up their inventories accordingly. Let's get started. Hey Nina, you want to help us? Oh, she's gone. Was that a joke Marth made? Huh. People say he's boring. Anyway. Hope you like ballisticians, because we got plenty of them on this chapter. This map is packed with them, all covering each other's vulnerable ranges. All this is the area you can get attacked in by trying to move in here. And just to rub salt in the wound, some of these guys can actually move. That's illegal, only Jake can do that. But we can't just sit here and wait. There's a thief who's gonna go for this village, and some other stuff we want to handle on this map. So, the best way to do this is to field tanky units who aren't gonna get splatted easily by a couple boulders to the face, then split up into multiple groups and just take out as many ballisticians as possible in a single turn. The problem is it's really hard to predict who they're going to aim at, so depending on the whims of the AI, you can either get splatted really easily, or just inexplicably ignored when they could have easily killed you. The other option is carefully measuring ranges and adding up damage calculations to make sure that no matter where you put a unit, even if they get hit by absolutely everything that can target them on that turn, they won't be at risk of dying. Easier said than done. I'll be honest, no matter how many times I play this game, this chapter is the one I dread more than any other. We've got a lot of paladins on this map. You might notice I'm using Midia. It's not for her stats, it's because she recruits the only non-thief, non-healer, non-ballistician enemy on this entire map, this hero here called Astrum. The hard part is not getting her squashed like a bug before she can get to him. So, in my preparations, I figured out sort of a strategy. The big problem on this map is just all these ballisticians in the middle covering each other's ranges. Getting up close to one in one lane means getting shot at by tons of them in the other lanes. They can't cross the lanes because they have to go through ledges and forests, and they just can't pass through the ledges at all. So we have a degree of safety that limits their movement, but really not that much. Plus we got 3 whole lanes of these guys. The fact that they can move extends their range even farther than it originally would be, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually going to be the cornerstone for how we end up safely taking these guys out. Well, relatively safely. See, if we send people in, charge, tank a couple of hits, and then run straight up to him and start hitting him in melee, we're going to get attacked by all of these guys, maybe multiple times. To limit that, I'm going to draw this ballistician who can move, this one can't. I'm going to draw him at least to here, so he gets out of the range of these 2 ballisticians here. Two fewer stone hoists being shot at us means a lot less risk for the guys we're going to be sending in to take this one out. So, this shows his full range, including movement, so if I want him to at least go here, then I need to put somebody within 10 spaces of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, or 10. So I'm going to be putting Hardin here, and Sita here. I also have Lena and Maria equipped with warp staffs, so if we really need to, we can teleport someone in to right up next to a ballistician to take it out in one turn if we absolutely need it. And they also have physics stabs, which let them safely stay here while healing anybody on the map. So they'll be pretty good, and they won't, better yet, they won't be at any risk of personal injury. I forget exactly how Astra moves. I'm not sure if you need to get closer or if he just starts charging as soon as you set off these ballisticians, but I'm going to be moving Midia a little closer. Actually, I'll leave her here. So for the center lane, this ballistician can actually move too. I measured it out, and he won't be able to reach Hardin or Sita even if he moves his full movement on this turn, but what I want to have him do instead is move as far as he can so he gets away from these other ballisticians, and close enough that we can actually charge in and kill him on our next turn. So if he moves here, which is his maximum movement range, we need to put somebody here, which Kain conveniently starts in. And we're going to move Midia in a little bit. We might have to move her back, but for now, that should be a pretty good position for her. All the foot-mounted units are going to be rather useless for this. They just can't get close enough like the Cavaliers and Paladins can without getting shot too many times, especially Ogma and Marth, who don't have the best defense, but we'll move them up a little bit. I brought Jake along too. The best way to deal with a ballistician is to shoot at him with another ballistician. We've also got Abel and Minerva down here. They're going to be the squad that starts taking out these guys in the bottom. Probably the least, one of the less deadly lanes. So we'll put them right out of range. Move Jake up too. And that's going to be our first turn. I brought Boa too. He can use Excalibur and a couple other tomes, and if we need to, he can trade, after somebody uses Physic, either Lena or Maria, Boa can actually trade it away from them and then also use that same Physic staff on the same turn. So we essentially have 3 Physic uses if we have all our healers work together, which is pretty good. There's another reason I fielded him too that's less important, but we'll get to that. Alright, let's see how this first turn goes. Another important thing is using weapons that aren't going to be slowing our units down. If the weight exceeds their strength, that means they have less speed when they get into a fight, which means less chance of dodging, and any percentage chance we can get of not getting hit will just be less of a headache to deal with. Let's see how it goes. They don't do a lot of damage individually, but these really do add up, and it can be quite painful, especially these stone hoists. There's 2 thieves on this map, I didn't see that. Alright. So now, even if we rush in and attack both of these guys in melee, these 2 ballisticians in the back can't get to us. Astrum also didn't get triggered, which makes me think we might have to get closer to set him off to fight. So let's do just that. Kain can't quite kill. Maybe Midia can help out with the Javelin. I just don't want to get her squashed. Let's see, 16, 19, 19. Assuming she gets hit by everything, because you have to assume that. She'll take 5 damage, then 10, and then 10 again, so 25. That will kill her. So I either have to bank on her not getting hit by something, or take this more slowly. Conveniently, Kain has just enough health to not get killed. The other factor is that we do have to kill both of these ballisticians on this turn too, but that shouldn't be too hard. That'll do it. Problem is, we can't easily switch lanes either. Something else you can do is take a unit with pretty good speed and not bad defense and throw them in a forest if they can get up to there. If they get shot at, that's just one fewer unit that your other enemies are going to be shooting at. But what are we going to be doing? What are we going to do about this ballistician? Kain is just a little bit too weak to take him out on this turn. It's very annoying. Do we bank on Midia not getting hit? Sounds like a terrible idea to me. Let's see. I kind of need to kill this guy in this turn because he does threaten... Nah, here's what we'll do. We'll just move the healers out of his range. Wait for him to get a little bit closer. Alright, everybody brace. Should have put George in the forest. That's okay. Alright. We gotta move. I don't know if Marth has the defense to handle these guys, but we don't really have much of a choice at this point. Ah, damn. He was smart. He stayed just out of range. Okay, this is gonna get dicey. If we stay out of Astrum's range, we should be fine. Problem is, his range is pretty far. Okay, we got this. Medea, all you have to do is dodge one thing. Just one thing. And also kill this ballistician. Ah, if George was just a little bit closer. I'm nervous. We've had a deathless streak up until now. I don't really want to break it now, but it might just happen. Move Ogma, why not? I also don't want to get too close to this guy, or any of the ballisticians here. There's really no need to. So I'm almost tempted to just... Well, the paladins can go through the ledges to an extent. It'll take them a few turns to get down and help, but they will eventually be able to. And they'll be in the forest, so they'll be defended. Sounds like a good idea to me. The way is cleared up here, so we can start moving these guys if we need to. Let's keep Boa next to one of the other healers just so we can trade off. Keep near Lena. Should use the map save point again. Yeah, things are still a little bit too hot here to bring the third group down. Just a little bit longer and we can. If we take out this ballistician, we should be able to safely start fighting these guys down here. Medea, just please dodge. One thing. All you need to do is dodge one thing. Alright. One stone hoist. Come on. They're very... What did I say about the AI? I said they were really lame, right? Oh man, this makes no sense. Okay, well, I'm not gonna complain about it. Get out of here. Problem is, how are we going to trigger Astrum to move? I do not want to get attacked by him. Well, anyway. Marth can visit this village. This might actually help us out a good bit. What? Where? I didn't see any ballisticians at Castle Deal. You're hired. This village gives us Beck, our first new recruit for this chapter besides Astrum. I don't have a lot to say about him. He fills a similar role to Jake, long-range artillery fire. He has better bases and slightly worse growths, but his real contribution is the weapon he brings. We've seen the Thunderbolt in action before, but it's incredibly useful on this map because it does effective damage against enemy ballisticians. We'll make liberal use of Beck and his weapons for what he's good for. Including this guy, who's kind of too dangerous to approach right now. Actually, you know what? The Hoist Flame guy is going to be more dangerous to us immediately on this turn, so let's take him out first. It's a pretty cool effect. Yeah, Beck has no magic, so the Thunderbolt doesn't gain any additional damage from his 6 strength, but 10 might tripled to 30 is more than enough to take out any of these ballisticians in one hit. Speaking of being taken out in one hit, who can safely get within Astrum's range to draw him out without getting brutally killed? All these guys have bad defense. Okay, let's see. He has 14 speed. Does not get slowed down by the Silver Sword, unless he switches to the Worm Slayer. 22 damage. So if we put someone right here, just have Ogma take 1 step forward, because he has the most health in the party right now. He'll take 13 from Astrum, plus... It should be safe to have Ogma just take one more step forward. Alright, we'll have him equip the Levin Sword so that he has the least chance of accidentally killing Astrum. Move George up. And with that Hoist Flame guy taken care of, I think we can actually move in with the squad down here. Let's do it. Go for it, Jake. Nice. That gets the weapon right on him as it teleports from this dead guy over to him. The Hoist Flam is just as strong as the Arrow Spate and a little bit more accurate. Weighs more, though. It's very good. Probably the best... besides the Thunderbolt being situationally useful, the Hoist Flam is probably overall the best ballista weapon that the player can use. There are some better ones that only enemies can use, though, which bites. Just in case, we'll heal up Midia. These guys still don't want to shoot at me, huh? Alright. We take those. Abel, you're too good. Give a Nervous a chance to kill someone. No, everything he does just kills him. Oh boy. She's like, where's my axe? Give me my axe back. Alright, I think things have cleared out enough where we can start safely visiting houses. By safely, I mean, well, you know, we might as well wait for the map to be totally clear before we start doing that. I don't want to take any risks here. may recruit Astrum with Midia. Get a room, guys. So, Astrum. He's pretty alright. Decent bases, a little behind Ogma at an equivalent level, but not significantly. He's got good defense, which Ogma tends to struggle with, although at this point Ogma's grown past him, so disregard that. Pretty sweet growths too, though 20% speed growth hurts. As a hero, he can use both swords and axes, and he's got a D rank in axes, so he can actually retaliate at 2 range if we give him a hand axe. He's better at swords, though, and I'm going to be putting him on my team and trying to get him up to A rank with swords because of story reasons. He also has a talk conversation with Boa. And Marth, come to think of it. Wonder who they could be talking about. Boss here is really scary. He's Grigas. He's been listening when I keep saying that bosses without ranged options are too easy. On the other hand, just like the generic ballisticians, he's helpless if you can get right up to him. His weapon is called the Pachyderm, which in the unofficial fan translation of the original game got translated as elephant. So at the beginning of this chapter, this guy would straight up yell, "Take this elephant," at you. Fan translations are funny like that. 25 attack though, so he's definitely not someone we want to toy with. If we can take him out, the other ballisticians on this map really aren't that big of a deal. I think Abel should be in range to swoop in and splatter him this turn. He's got 16 defense though, so it might be a little bit tougher. We'll see what we can do. Not really worried about anyone else besides him, honestly. How far does this guy reach? Yeah. This ballistician with the Thunderbolt can only do 10 damage to anybody who isn't Jake or Beck, so can probably pretty safely move Kane and Ogma up and other people. But if it's not safe, we will use the map save point. now you decide to attack. Just because you can gang up on him. Okay. Abel, help us out here. If he gets a crit with the Killer Lance, he'll just take him out right here. Let's hope for that. Not quite. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Put Sita here. And she should be able to take him out in the next turn. Everybody else really isn't going to be able to do much else. Guess we can move Astro up to do his talk with Marth before Marth gets too far ahead. Kane's gonna have to be bait for another couple of turns. Good level, Maria. Really glad I'm investing in you. What else? Oh, I can't imagine George is gonna contribute much, so we'll just have him go shopping. Steel weapons, silver lances, nothing we care about. Let's get Midi out of the way. I just don't want to put anybody within the boss's attack range right now. Once he's dead, we can pretty safely swoop in and wipe the rest of these guys out in a single turn or 2 turns. Not really worried about that. Okay. Abel can just straight up kill him here. I think I'm gonna do that. Because that'll free up other people to do other things. Sita can start working, can kill this guy. Yeah, okay, we're good. If you say so. See if we can give Astrum this kill. Not sure why my voice cracks so much when I'm doing these recording sessions. It never does that when I'm just talking to people. I have been recording a couple episodes in a row. I've actually been recording since... what was it? The chapter where we were approaching Arcanea Castle, so where we got Lind. I've been going basically straight through all the chapters up until this point. In a single recording session, so maybe my voice is just getting a little strained. So I guess this chapter pretty much went off without a hitch. I remember it being a lot worse than that, but maybe I've just gotten better at better at my strategies as time's gone on. I've also got some really beastly units this time around, like Abel being able to take that guy out in basically 2 turns was very key, and just everybody else being able to use silver weapons to wipe out ballisticians immediately was a big deal too. Marth dabbing his way, dabbing those stone hoists away. Hope Sita and Minerva enjoyed being on horses. Come on, hard in. That's not what I gave you that arm scroll for. Alright, Marth can seize on this turn, so let's just visit this last house. Thank you, I think we know how to handle them at this point. One last heal. Time to finish things up here. Something to think about. Hope you've enjoyed this chapter. I kind of overcame the chapter that has always given me much difficulty without anybody even really getting close to dying, so thanks for joining me this time, and I'll see you next time.